Hello everyone and welcome to yet another installment of Let's Play RimWorld, now in Alpha 17. So it's been quite a while since I've made a video. In fact, I think it's been about 3 months and some change, and I won't get into all the specific reasons as to why that is. I mean, I'd probably end up going off on a tangent and spending like 10 minutes talking about it, so let's not do that. So, RimWorld, it's now in Alpha 17. I think the new major changes are roads and quests, and there's been a crap ton of miscellaneous changes I noticed when I looked at all the update logs. Like, there's been a couple new, like, art changes, new weapons, I think, maybe a lot of new random things, so that will be all interesting to find out. So, what I did this time is, the reason why I'm stalling is I'm not going to do a new colony, and the reason why is not because I'm loading an old one. I simply did all the generation off screen, because I've noticed whenever I do a RimWorld Let's Play, I always tend to make the first episode like 15 minutes of me doing generation and prioritization of my colonists and all that random stuff. So I did everything off screen, so I'll just give a brief overview of all the choices I made, and then we'll get into actually playing the game rather than me just spending 15 minutes trying to find, proper characters in the proper location. So, it's funny, I hadn't even touched RimWorld since my last Let's Play about, 3 months ago in like 10 days, and I just randomly got the urge to look into it and see if a new alpha or anything was being made, and lo and behold, a new one just came out, which is pretty crazy. So, we've got Mitch, Anfisa, and Accio. And it's funny, I didn't even mean to do this, but I was just trying to find 3 characters that were semi-decent, and somehow I ended up getting a big happy family. A very happy militant family, actually. So let's look at Mitch first. He's, very good overall, and he's got bloodlust and chemical interest, so we've got some, maniacal, I guess, druggy serial killer kind of guy. So that's wonderful. And he was an Overwatch sniper, and if you look at the social thing, his mother is Anfisa, and then his stepfather is Accio, and then he's got a bond with our little monkey here, Tico, I think? Tico, I don't know. I'll say Tico. That makes more sense to me. Actually, Tycho's probably correct. Never mind, it doesn't really matter. So, I didn't even mean to do that, but these guys are all one big happy family, and every single one of them, I guess, was in the military. Yeah, Accio here was a military commissar, and oddly, this is one of those situations where somehow the son is older than the father, which is, I don't know, that's something that's very weird to me, but that's what happened. Accio's not all that good, but I just figured he's a decent all-around character. He's good at shooting, medicine, growing, although I didn't give him a gun, I gave him the knife, because as you can see, Anfisa has a very large burning passion to learn how to shoot, and Mitch is just very good, so I gave him the rifle. Oh yes, and I should probably say, I did the regular old crash-landed start, because that's kind of my favorite, and I guess I should show this. I am indeed on Cassandra Classic Extreme difficulty. So, yeah, we've got Mitch, Accio, and Anfisa, and I guess I should also probably say we're in the Boreal Forest, and it's a very, very swampy forest. And the reason why I chose this particular location is, for one, I haven't gone in the Boreal Forest, I think, for quite a while, and secondly, I'm actually really close to 2 different colonies, and you can see the new road and river system that's been added. It's weird, though, because it doesn't seem like the roads, as of right now, do much of anything. I'm assuming later on there'll be, like, vehicles and perhaps boats, so then these will be a lot more useful. But as you can see, right now, it doesn't seem like it really affects walk speed that much. Like, if I go from here to here using this little destination thing, it says it takes 0.4 days. And then if I go from here to here, it's 1.1. I guess that does seem like it helps a little, because it looks like the distance between here and, yeah, let's just see. If I go from here to here, it's 0.4, but then if I go to here, it's an extra it's an extra 0.7. So I guess the roads make a slight difference with walk speed, but not very much, at least as far as I can tell. So they don't really seem to do too much other than maybe slightly help your walk speed, and I'm assuming if you have to cross a river, it probably hinders the walk speed. I don't know, though. Yeah. Oh god. Let's get out of this screen. So yes, I also only generated 30% of the map, so this time, anytime I try to look at the world, it won't take like 30 seconds to load. It'll be pretty efficient. I noticed too, I did about 3 random world generations, and it seems like every single one was a big Pangea, so I'm not sure if Tynan changed around the way the worlds were generated, because I noticed sometimes you'd get like a crap ton of islands, and then you'd have like a place you need to go on some island like for the final mission, and there's like no way to get there. So I guess hopefully our final location, I'm probably not going to do the crashed, or what is it called, the like robotic AI ship that you have to find. I'm probably not going to do that just because I realized last alpha that I really don't like that, but we'll see. Alright, so here's the world map. As you can see, we're right here, so we're really close to these guys, pretty close to these guys, although I did notice a little too late. If you go to factions, we're actually hostile with these guys, so I guess maybe we could try attacking them at some point if we don't make friends with them first. So yes, a lot of interesting things, and like I said, the quest system was added, and I believe what the quest system does is it sort of adds random quests that your allies might offer you, or maybe you might just randomly encounter while you're traveling from place to place. But yeah, we'll find out in the game. So yeah, as you can see, this is a very, very marshy starting region, and after a quick look around, I think the place we want to set up camp is pretty apparent. It seems like this right here is sort of like a natural little, like, I don't know, plains amongst all this grouping of marsh and water and stuff. So we're probably going to want to make our main colony, I think, well, somewhere around this general area, and then probably maybe make defenses around, I don't know, somewhere around here. It would be interesting to try to implement this shallow water and marsh into our defenses, but that's not really a problem for now. I think to start out with, I will probably make like a little area here. I guess let's see. I have to remember how to play the game quite a bit. I did give myself a bit of a refresher, so I'm not completely, you know, ignorant, but I have not played the game very much at all since I stopped about 3 months ago. So we're gonna deconstruct that, I think. I guess for now I could probably also make a zone. Oh yes, and as you can see, I did all the prioritization here first. It's probably not perfect, but I think it's pretty good for now. Yeah, the one thing I neglected is to make sure I had a cook, so fortunately Akio's got a little bit of experience, so we won't be dying of food poison quite as often as if we had, like, no cook at all. Let's see here. I think first things first, growing zone, actually. And as you can see, we've got some, I think, rich soil right here. Let me just make sure. Yeah, some rich soil. So it would be a good idea, I think, to make a nice big growing zone somewhere around here. And, I don't know, rice, I guess, is a good starting crop. It grows pretty fast, so why not? Yeah, the one thing I'm going to have to deal with the Boreal Forest, obviously, is winter, and I think the last times I've been playing this game, it's always been in, like, the desert or the jungle, or I think temperate once, so I haven't really had to deal with winter too much, but in the Boreal Forest, I believe the winters are pretty hardcore, I guess you could say. So that's getting started here, and then I think I'm going to start a stockpile too. The real question is, where do I want to put the stockpile? I think what I might do is I might make a sort of geometric sort of shaped colony, and I'll make the stockpile in like the very center, and then everything else will kind of be surrounding it, which I don't know how well that'll work, but I've heard people say they hate how I make a lot of my colonies exactly the same, so if I make something that's like a geometric shape and try to make everything cool and symmetrical, maybe that'll change some people's minds, but you never know. Huh. Oh yes, and I don't think we've gotten the discovery for the whatever the hell it's called, the... Oh, I forgot the name of everything, it would seem. There was one satellite beacon thingers. I don't remember what they're called at all. Alright, so, yeah, I'm a little bit inexperienced, or I guess I shouldn't say inexperienced. I should say it's been a while since I've played, and I think I already mentioned I'm on Cassandra Classic and Extreme, which is what I've always played on. And I guess I just keep playing on it out of habit, because I'm a very habitual person. And yeah, now that that's opened up, I think it would be a good idea to... I think a lot of people hate when I pause suddenly so much, so I'll probably try to stop doing that, but it's really hard to break a habit, I think, like that. One thing good with the Boreal Forest is we have plenty of wood, at least to start with. I'm sure there's going to be wildfires and whatnot that completely destroy that for me, but you never know. This will just be a temporary housing thing, I think. Oh, yes, the one thing I should look into, yes, the traits. Mitch has that, and I think I showed that. One thing is, Anfisa is probably going to sort of be the weakest link mentally because she is jealous and pessimistic, so I'll at the very least need to make sure she has this little bigger bedroom, I think. Or something like that. Okay, that'll be a really small bedroom if I make this one here. I'm trying to think of how to partition this and make it not look ridiculously stupid. I don't remember if you can make corners or not and let your people still go through there. That's a very good question. I guess what I could have done is I could have made the hallway straight in the center, and then I could kind of make like a thing like this. It looks really ridiculous, but you know what? Screw it. Let's just do that. And then I'll sort of do something weird like this. These will be weird, very weird bedrooms, but I'll have to make sure I think Anfisa gets one of the slightly bigger ones. Yeah, she's the jealous one. So yeah, let's just get that done with first and foremost. And yeah, otherwise, things of note. The one thing is we don't have very many minerals, you know. Well, not minerals, but resources such as, you know, machinery and steel and all that good stuff. So I'm not quite sure how we're going to approach that. I guess we can move always and make a second colony, which I'm always afraid of doing that because trying to manage one colony is hard enough for me. If I had to manage two at the same time, that would make my mind explode, I think. So I don't know if I ever want to do that. All right, let's make some doors here. I'm sure the two people that get these bedrooms aren't going to be all too happy, but for the very first night, I think they'll have to do. Alright, yeah, I'll just make 3 for now. And yeah, I didn't make the stockpile, did I? Yeah. I guess I'll just... What should I do? I guess I'll determine right now where am... Oh, no, I did. I'm just an idiot. Okay, first, yeah, let's unforbid all the important things that are nearby. I think I did it with most of the things that are in the immediate area, but probably something I'm missing somewhere. Okay, Anfisa, I'm going to sort of force you to haul this. Okay, good. Accio here is doing a lot of good planting. Oh yes, one thing I guess I should have mentioned is if anyone wants to have themselves be named after a colonist, I guess, well, tell me now, and I will go ahead and rename these guys, which is unfortunate because I'm already getting used to their names slightly, so it'll be slightly annoying, annoying having to rename them, but shouldn't be too much of a problem. Alright, I think 2 of the biggest complaints I've had, like, throughout my, 5 or 6 Let's Plays of RimWorld, I think some people, I mean, sometimes you get people that I think can never be pleased, but I've had some people say they don't like how fast and, you know, much I rush the gameplay and my commentary at times, and I think a lot of people don't like how much I complain, because I've noticed when the going gets tough, I tend to get really, really, I don't know, bitchy, to put it bluntly. I really complain a lot about a lot of things. So I'll try to refrain from doing those 2 things quite as much as I used to, but you never know. Yeah, I realize I'm not doing any particular, like, crazy challenges. I guess the only significant thing about this Let's Play is that we've got a big, happy family. Otherwise, I'm not doing anything too particular. And like I said, I think I'll try to do that weird geometrically shaped base, but I think a lot of other people like Blitzkriegler have done that a million times before, so it's nothing special. But hey, I guess it's something slightly interesting to do, to try to incorporate some art in my architecture. Alright, 3 times speed should work. Oh, and of course, Mitch only made 1 bed, and then he's like, I'm going to sleep. How nice are you? So my 1 constructor is Mitch. Accio, I made a 3 just because, in case she has nothing better to do, but yeah, Accio is not all that useful. Oh, and of course those guys just decided to go to sleep. And of course, I don't know why, I don't know what happened to all our wood. I guess wood just goes by really quickly. Okay, so, for now then, set owner, I'm going to make Anfisa the owner of this room, and then it doesn't matter who owns these 2. So everyone wake up. They're probably going to be angry with me for waking them up, but this, hopefully there'll be less mood debuffs than sleeping outside. Okay, that can go away for now. Oh my, is this a new thing? Toggle visibility. Yeah, one thing I noticed, it seems like Tynan changed the art for the chunks, and I think, I don't know, this flooring looks different, but that might just be my memory failing me. Yeah, so there seems to be a lot of minor changes. I'm trying to think off the top of my head of some of the more significant ones. I know that a doctor can now heal themselves, so that's a good thing. It's just, there's a bit of a penalty. I mean, you'd think, though, it depends on the wound, you know what I mean? Like, I'd imagine a scrape would be pretty easy to, you know, heal on yourself, but a bullet wound, not so much. But maybe that's just me. So I don't know if there's any penalty difference based on what kind of injury it is, but I know there's a penalty for doctoring yourself as opposed to someone else. I think the one thing he did, which is very, very awesome, I think a lot of mods did this, but he did a thing for the different workbenches that allows you to limit, it gives you a modifier sort of so that they don't resume making something until it goes below a set limit. And I think a lot of mods did that, like I just said, but I'm glad he actually implemented it, or at least that's what it sounded like when I read it. Okay, we can deconstruct that. That is nice and close. It'll give us a decent amount of components. I'm just kind of trying to think of what the hell I want to do. I guess for now, it would be a good idea to get a research bench down of some sort, if I can remember. Yeah, it's in production. I think I've always had trouble not knowing where to click to find different things, but I think it'll be especially bad now because it's been so long since I played. And I did do, like I said, a little bit of practice, so it's not like I'm going in blind. Oh my god, there's Wild Heal Road. I don't know when that was implemented, but it must have been semi-recently, because I don't remember Heal Root being something you could find in the wild. That is very useful. So now you have the slight possibility to get some medicine just randomly. Maybe it's just something that's exclusive for the Boreal Forest, I suppose. I don't know. That's nice to know, though. Yeah, it's very useful. Alright, I think everyone's busy. The one thing I need to keep an eye on, I think, is I believe there's an idle colonist thing down here, and I think I oftentimes have idle colonists, and I'm just so ready and raring to go that I don't pay attention. Yeah, for now, I think trying to haul all our crap out of the marsh here is a pretty good priority. Yeah, that's the one thing that sucks about landing right on a marsh, is the walk speed is just atrocious. Yeah, it's only 36%, which I think is worse than the ice cap, like sheets, or the ice sheets. Yeah, I guess I'll probably want to chop these wood things down, otherwise I won't really be able to do much. So, I think the first research project, I believe, is microelectronics is what I'm going to want to do, and that's simply because microelectronics will allow me to do things with things. No, it'll allow me to, I think, make one of those beacons down, if I remember correctly. And I believe you do want these to be under a roof, because I think there's a very severe penalty for work speed if you don't have a roof, so I'm just going to quickly make a little roof and a door, and then I'll just keep the door open. This looks really asinine, but hey, if it works, it works. I suppose I could have just sealed this up. Oh, no, never mind. There's not enough room for a workbench anyways, so no, not gonna happen. Okay, all our planting is almost done. How much food do we have? Yeah, let me do these drop-down things. So we've got 37 food, 30 of the starting medicine, and I believe I already mentioned I just did the regular crash landed start. I'm pretty sure it should be clear by now. Yeah, I know there was a bunch of things I wanted to discuss and cover before I really got into playing the game, and I honestly can't remember half of what I said, so it must not have been too important. I should probably make a small hauling region, perhaps, although, we'll have to see. I think what I'm going to do is between this and the next episode, I'll do some off-screen, like, planning. Yeah, once this research gets done, I'll do some off-screen planning. And let me make research a 1 for now. You're not a... Let me see here. Okay, good. Anfisa isn't a grower or anything like that, so she doesn't do anything too particular. Or too important. I like how she's cloud watching, but she's like in the middle of some huge corridor. I don't know why that would be the best place to watch a cloud, but I guess that's where she wanted to do it. Alright. Yeah, lots of trees. I'm definitely going to cut all these down pretty soon. I just want to finish hauling, as insignificant of a thing as it might seem to be. It's just really nice to not have to go this far anytime we need steel, for example. Alrighty then. This is getting done. Trying to think, what's a good thing to do other than this? Yeah, like I said, I'll do all the main base planning, I think, in between this and the next episode, and I'm just repeating myself a lot. One thing that's very nice, I just noticed, well, I kind of noticed it before, we've got 2 steam geysers right here and here. So that will be very, very nice for, well, heat. Well, not heat, I should say. We could use it for heat, but it'll be very nice for the geothermal generators. And actually, there's another one here, although that's kind of far away. I believe the one thing got deconstructed. Okay, 2 colonists idle, Mitch and Accio. So, oh yes, we need wood. Okay, yeah, let's cut some things down. Yeah. Let's cut some things down. Yeah, this is, I think, an example of when I might have just kept fast-forwarding and I would have never realized I've got a bunch of idle people, so I really should just keep an eye on this little corner here, because I oftentimes don't, and it would be very, very useful. Okay, hold open. Yeah, if I can roof this area, because I think this is, of course, you fail a simple wood wall. Oh my god, Mitch, you pathetic person. Let's see. He's only a 5, which, I mean, it's not the best, but it could also be a lot better. Alright, so her research speed should be improved. We got some people that are trading. Who's my best social person? Anfisa is, so let's see if there's anything they've got that we want, and no, not really at all. They've got pemmican and herbal medicine. Neither of those are necessary, so let's not buy those. And then otherwise, hopefully you resume researching. Yeah, that's really the one thing I want to get done for now, is the microelectronics, and then I can make that nice little beacon, and then I'll design my whole base. And, you know, I don't think this was too long of an episode. It's might have actually been under 20 minutes, which is kind of short, but you know what, for an introduction, short doesn't really matter too much. So I think I'm going to end it here, and I'm glad to be back. I hope some of you guys at least come back. I don't know, I was kind of thinking to myself, oh, wouldn't that be depressing if all my subscribers abandoned their accounts and I get, like, no views on my first video, but I don't know, that's just me being paranoid and self-conscious. So, thank you all for watching. Hope to see you next time, and next time I should, like I said, get the main plan down for my base and all that. But other than that, thanks for watching and goodbye.